going to be a stunner. 21 laps, James. This could be a focal point in the championship.
Yeah, and it's just a brilliant circuit. This is we're back to a circuit that I've got some really fond memories of, and just chatting with Shaky just now, and he says it's one of the circuits he comes to. He's trained really hard this week because he was really looking forward to coming and then big accident. But yeah, it's a fantastic circuit, and I just want to see some good racing. I think that's what we're going to get.
Well, 32 riders take the grid then for this 21 lapper. We've got three different tyre manufacturers across the front row. Pirelli, Dunlop and Michelin are there. Both the Airways, Ducati, Dunlop, Scholl, they are first and second. Leon Haslam over 1 second inside the lap record with this stunning pole position. Alongside him, the championship leader and the reigning champion, Gregorio Lavia. Then it's Riichi Chianari, the number 2 HM Plant Honda rider, and Tommy Hill, his first front row in the 2005-06 PSV championship season. Wait for the lights to go, and a cracking start by the Yamaha of Tommy Hill, popping a short wheelie but sprinting towards the first turn of riches. Chianari though on the HM Plant Honda, and Carl Harris from row 2 had a flyer. So HM Plant Hondas, James, looking first and second.
Yeah, it's quite strange that Tommy looked to get away, but then the HM Plant Hondas seemed to get to turn 1. It's always nice to see everybody around Richie's the first corner in one piece. It's a wide corner, but to try and funnel sort of 30-odd riders through was always dodgy first lap.
Well, 32 riders, as you say. Chianari leads then, number 2. Over the speed trap, you can see the phenomenal speeds approaching 170 miles an hour. Second place, Carl Harris. Then it's Haslam. The rest of the pack streaming through. Time to bring in Shane Byrne. These are tricky times, the early lap, Shaky.
Yeah, certainly. Like James said, you know, the first couple of laps are the ones that you really like to get out of the way. I had 2 seasons coming to this track myself where I never made it past the second turn, and you know, they are wide old turns, but like James said, when you've got 30 or 40 odd riders trying to get through them, they suddenly become a bit tight.
Chianari then, it's HM Plant Honda 1-2, completing lap 1. Then it's Haslam, number 91, Airways Ducati. You can see the caption for yourself as they go over the line. Tommy Hill from the front row in 5th. Then it's Michael Rutter for Stobart Honda, the number 3 Michael Rutter, possibly the best rider in the championship, never to have won the title, but we've already got a 4-man breakaway.
Yeah, this is just what we wanted, really. And if they could just stay together, keep slipstreaming each other down this, what is the longest straight of any circuit in the country. It's about 3/4 of a mile long. It's such a long straight. Even for these bikes upwards of 200 brake horsepower, it's still a long straight.
Track temperature in excess of 36 degrees. It's hot, humid. A breeze has sprung up though, making it a little bit more comfortable, but it's an 8-wheeler at the moment. HM Plant's Riichi Chianari in control. The number 2, and there, the Gentin Yamaha. That's Simon Andrews. Poor Simon Andrews, who started so well and getting up in the back of the picture there. That looks like one of the Hydrex Honda riders.
That is Gary Mason.
It is indeed Gary Mason with the yellow crash helmet, but Simon Andrews, first Superbike ride, and he's dumped it.
Yeah, disappointing. We're going to see it. So look. Oh, and that's, caused by Simon Andrews, I think, that one.
Well, a little over exuberance maybe for the 23-year-old Gentin Yamaha. What a cracking debut it was for him, but he's up and walking, so we've always got race 2. These 4 then, they're on it. Honda, Ducati. Shaky, this is the straight where you had your upset.
Yeah, we had a slight technical problem, I think we could call it. We got to the end of the straight there, which James said is like, you know, God knows how long, but I arrived there on the data at 187 miles an hour and went for a front brake that actually wasn't there anymore, and you know, it was like the first flying lap of practice, and you know, I managed to miss the tyre wall, hitting that head on, and then all of a sudden it was time to jump off, so big accident.
Well, we're glad to have you here. I'm sure you'd rather be out there racing, but you'll be back very quickly, I'm sure. Look at this then, a 4-man breakaway. Lavia's got the better of Haslam, so the champion now, 62 points his championship lead in 3rd place. But Haslam, James, will not be happy with Chianari out there in front, will he?
No, not at all. Haslam's not happy with anybody in front. I mean, Leon, the man in 4th there, the number 91 Ducati, sees himself as really a race winner, and he's been frustrated this year, being beaten mostly by his teammate, and I know he's not happy. He would dearly love to be winning more of these races.
Well, so quick round here in qualifying, Leon. Shaky?
Yeah, I think the two dangerous people in this race are obviously really Chikunari and Lavia.
Underneath, I'm sorry, Shane, to come back to you. Underneath goes Haslam, underneath Lavia. He's up to third, back with you.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I think the two dangerous guys in this race are going to be Chikunari and Lavia.
What are Honda's off?
Oh, the Honda's down. Carl Harris is down.
That's a very big crash.
Big crash.
The number 9 HM Plant Honda has gone, so the Airways Ducati's second and third. Harris has crashed it in an almighty way. That was Cora.
Yeah, no,
that's the bomb hole.
That looked like he's gone into the bomb hole. He's lost the front going into the bomb hole. And that's a fast corner. That's 110 miles an hour going in there.
Yeah, Carlisle must be all right because, you know, there's not a lot of runoff there and you generally expect a red flag. If somebody goes down there, it's big. I think they're just getting the lights on the course car. I think we're going to have a course car any minute now.
What they've got really is they've got basically half a lap to decide what they're going to do.
Yeah, course car's out, the flag's out, yeah.
Carl's one of these riders that he's a very, very aggressive rider. He's quite an aggressive person in general. He's sat up at least and he's talking, so that's a good sign. He's had a whack on the head by the look of the helmet. Obviously done a good job there.
It's a very big crash indeed.
And this is it from a wide angle. He's lost the front going. That's a classic bomb hole crash, to be fair. And it...
Well, he went underneath the air fencing. There is some hard stuff behind there. Carl Harris is underneath that foam fencing and the bike just about to drop on top of him. But good to see Carl Harris up on his feet. Applause from the crowd. It was a huge crash. Shaky, he's dazed.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for the airbag, really, because Carl's a fair old lump, isn't he?
He is, and
he's gone in there, he's gone in hard.
To be fair, most of these riders will take a knock. You don't become a bike racer at this level and be a soft in any way. But Carl's about as hard as he do come. He's a tough man.
Okay, well, here we come then. We're coming down towards the chicane and the start-finish looms again. The car round, the light's still flashing, but the lights on the top have gone, so this time it will be coming in. Round they come, round that sweeping bend down towards the chicane, that little right, left, right flick. And the car will come into pit lane. You'll see it exit into pit lane. There it goes. They can't overtake until they go over the line, but it's game on again over the time. This time it will be commencing lap 9. Chikunari leads, but the two Airways Ducatis right on his tail. Leon Haslam knows full well that with that very small gap in the championship, Chikunari leads Haslam, who trails him by 12 points. Haslam taking a look.
Yeah, and the man who did best out of that course car for me was Tommy Hill. He's pulled right up to the back of the front three now, having dropped back a little bit in the first part.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier on when we were watching, I think the two dangerous people in this race are obviously Chikunari and Gregorio, because they both know what they need to do to win a championship, whereas Leon's really, really hungry just to get out there and win races. And having Keo out front, it's always dangerous, the same as Gregorio. You know, both of them two can lead from the front and not have a problem.
Well, Rob Mack, the Virgin Mobile team boss, said to me earlier on he wants Tommy to run with the pack. We're only about half a second off the pace round here. The Hondas are quick, the Ducatis are quick, the Yamaha, we saw how quick that was. But these three now, it looks very much like Honda versus Ducati. These three
one of the Suzuki's down in the background.
Oh,
someone's gone into Coram, either James or John.
That's John.
That's poor John.
Well, John Kirkham. Oh, there's another one down. That's James Buckingham.
That's Buckingham, yeah.
James Buckingham, the privateer leader of the championship at the moment, has gone down as well. A little bit possibly, guys. Cold tyres there.
You wouldn't have said so. It's a right-hander, isn't it?
Especially not on the right-hander. What you've got here is only two left-handers. It's a predominantly right-handed.
Lavia underneath. Haslam, Lavia up to second.
That was a mistake by Haslam, a big mistake. Ran a bit wide and. Yeah, he doesn't need a second invitation, doesn't Lavia?
Well, Chikunari then. Here comes Haslam fighting back again underneath Lavia at the S's. The Spaniard lifts his knee and sits up. It's nip and tuck, and similarly, a little conversation with Colin Wright, the Airways Ducati team boss, earlier on, told me that he's given these riders a talking to. There is the man himself. What a happy Father's Day for Ollie as well.
What was he told him? Do as much damage yourself as you can to each other.
He basically said, and you'll remember this, he said, cast your mind back to the Mackenzie and Hislop era when they were dueling on the Yamahas. He said, I don't want any of that going into the last turn between you.
It obviously hasn't worked. They're beating the out of each other.
Perhaps I should have shouted a little bit louder.
Race leader then, Chikunari, HM Plant Honda, Yuichi Chikunari number 2, Leon Haslam number 91, Airways Ducati, 3rd place Gregorio Lavia, 4th place Virgin Mobile Yamaha's Tommy Hill, 5th place Jonathan Ray, Red Bull Honda, then it's Michael Laverty, 33 for Stobart Honda, and his teammate Michael Rutter. James Hayden a battered and bruised James Hayden riding a very strong 8th.
Yeah, James is definitely not feeling the best he's ever felt. You know, he's doing a great job there for Rizzo Suzuki. They've struggled a bit.
Jonathan Ray underneath Tommy Hill. So Jonathan Ray on the Red Bull Honda. Hill fighting back, and a wide line by Jonathan Ray let Hill through. That's flustered him again. So terrific battle. 2 Irishmen behind the young man from Lingfield, the number 8 Virgin Mobile Yamaha front row contender, Tommy Hill. And now we've got game on here.
Yeah. Go on, Shaky, you go.
I was going to say, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a battle on here, doesn't it? I mean, Johnny's got in there, made the overtaking maneuver, just got a little bit wide, and, you know, both Michael and Tommy have looked to get straight back past him.
Well, this is a scrap for 4th place. You can see still Haslam, the filling in the sandwich there. Jonathan Ray heading Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill then right with Michael Laverty, I beg your pardon, number 33 on the Stobart Honda, right behind him. The reason I got flustered, there are 3 Laverty brothers contesting every British Superbike weekend. Eugene in Supersport, Michael in Superbike, and John Laverty in Super Stock. So 3 very talented boys.
It's certainly the fastest family in racing at the minute. Yeah, and that's a new lap record for Leon Haslam. That's a 1:05.05. I think that's about half a second off the lap record. That's a good chunk.
The gap between these riders in terms of points is 12. The man leading Haslam, number 2, the race leader Chianari, trails Leon Haslam, number 91 on the Airways Ducati, by 12 points in the championship. The difference between them currently in the race is 5 points, so the gap will be 7 at the end of this race if things stay the way they are. Nobody will know that more acutely than Leon Haslam, Shaky.
Yeah, Leon's probably just sitting there, you know, obviously trying to hang on in there as long as he can, and he's looking, you know, to keep the gap constant. They're looking both quite comfortable. Leon's bike's maybe moving around a little bit more than Ryoichi's, but you know, if Leon could just stay in touch till the last lap, then there's a couple of fantastic opportunities to pass here. One at the end of the back straight, and obviously into the last chicane. And Leon's looking quite comfortable into the chicane, and I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I dare say he's definitely going to have a lunge.
It's strange. Leon's line round, for me, this corner, Sears, isn't the best. He loses a little bit coming out. But around a couple like Corrams and round Ritchie's, his mid-corner speed looks really, really good.
I think it is one of them places, like you said, you know, it's one of these places you really enjoy to ride because you have to apex really, really late, just try and carry loads of corner speed, and the exit of the corner is like the most important thing.
Yeah, if you're going to carry speed in any part of a corner, especially here, he wants to be out of the corner onto the straight because the straights are long.
Exactly.
Well, the gap between these two is 0.3 of a second. It's about 4-5 bike lengths. It's visual. You can see how close. Corner speed of Chianari is very, very rapid. He's got that Honda set up to flick and turn very quickly. Rear wheel steering it into Russell chicane. That was sensational. Away again, a wheelie from Haslam. He'll have watched that. He's just seen how this young Japanese is under control there. Really fired up. Lavia, calm, collected. Another rostrum for Lavia if things stay the way they are. He's been Mr. 100% on the front row, and he's just had the most immaculate season. Leon Haslam wants to go for the first win. Chianari has won twice this year. He's one of only 3 winners. The only other winner we had was in the wet, Scott Smart.
And it looks to me just as though Chianari's just got enough. It looks to me like his bike's a little bit quicker as well. Certainly jumps out of Sears onto the straight a little bit quicker than the Ducati, and only 2 laps left now.
Well, the gap 0.5 of a second, so he found 0.2 on that lap. We're on lap 19 of 21, 18 completed, so 2 and a bit laps then. You're watching them. Haslam, is it going to be another runner-up spot for Leon Haslam, or can he just find something extra, something very special? Nicknamed the Pocket Rocket, he desperately would love to come away, and we thought he might even do the double.
Yeah, he looks to me like he's trying fairly hard not to let Chianari get away now, and I think my own feeling is that Chianari's just got enough. If he doesn't make a mistake this last couple of laps, I think he's just got enough. But then again, I am wrong fairly regularly.
I would have said you'd tend to agree because Keogh's looking real smooth, but we've just seen a couple of little instances in the last few laps where, you know, he's maybe steamed it somewhere a little bit hot and he's had to scrub it off sideways to make the apex. You know, Keogh's obviously trying as hard as he possibly can, but just looks to be a little bit more, like I said, in line than Leon at the moment. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know, back markers now, we're going through back markers, so there's a lot of things that can happen in this last lap.
Craig Sprost on the number 14 tail ender then, just being relegated. The battle on between these 2 Irishmen still. Tommy Hill on the Virgin Yamaha, still ahead of Michael Rutter, but Tommy Hill has been in hospital for 3 days with food poisoning. The motocross accident necessitated the removal of his spleen, so he has a problem combating infections around the tummy area, and he's been pretty rough, pretty ill, and he's obviously feeling fairly dehydrated. This is the battle, though, for 4th place. Jonathan Ray, Red Bull Honda. There he is, number 65, 33, Stobart Honda. Here's Tommy Hill. The battle's still then for 4th place, and away in the lead, still Chianari. The tail enders now going to come. Sproston is going to come under the Red Bull hammer, I think. Tail enders always a bit of a problem shaking around here.
Yeah, they are and they're not. I mean, at tighter places like Mallory Park, it's very, very difficult for them to get out of the way. You know, they're going to get a blue flag, obviously. That means, you know, the faster guys are coming. But there's plenty of places here, really, you know, can ride all the way down the back straight, like cruising along if they want to, just to keep out of the way of the race leaders. And they seem to be doing quite a good job here.
Is it me, or should we be not watching the leaders now?
On the final lap, we are.
I was thinking that, but it's an important championship-wise for me.
Out in front, here we go, Chianari on the final lap. Leon Haslam about to throw caution to the wind. Is he or is he not? The rear end of Chianari moving. Haslam is close on him into the S's, but the sprint to the line. The Honda's got the punch. The HM Plant Honda is going to take the victory here. Heading up, a shake of the head. Victory number 3 for the young Japanese. Another runner-up spot for Haslam, and some 5.6 seconds adrift in 3rd place, Greg Levere. Then it's Jonathan Ray got the better of Michael Laverty. Tommy Hill held off Michael Rutter. James Hayden, a very brave 8th place. But there you have it, your race winner, HM Plant Honda's Ryoichi Chianari.
So a 3rd victory of the season for Kyo, a 7th runners-up spot for Leon Haslam, and Levere an ever-presence on the podium. Then Johnny Ray and Michael Laverty, who got past Tommy Hill, followed by Michael Rutter, James Hayden, Billy McConnell and Ben Wilson. Well, here's Janie with a podium trio.
Kyo, this is the happiest I've seen you all a season so far. Yesterday you told me you were going to win. You must feel good, yeah?
Yeah, very happy. Thank you very much.
And tell me about your bike. It looks like now you have your bike working tip-top. It's good.
Yeah, machine is very good, very fast. Yeah, good machine, yeah.
And the tyres, before we spoke about there's different tyres that you're using now?
Yes, yes, the same tire. Very good Michelin tire, and Honda machine is very good, yeah.
Thank you very much, Kyo. Moving on to second man, Leon Haslam. Leon, talk to us about that race, because it looked like you were really pushing hard.
Yeah, I was pushing hard, maybe a little bit too hard in some places. Kept catching up to the back of Kyo, and as soon as we hit the straight, he just pulled that a little bit too far again, and that made me push harder, which made a few mistakes. I'd like to have been a bit closer for the last lap, but like I said, I managed to get a few points back on Greg, and like I said, we're both on the podium again, so really happy.
Congratulations, all to play for race 2.
I say we'll have it next time.
Okay, thanks very much, Leon. And Greg, 3rd place, congratulations. I know points are always important to you.
Yeah, points are always important, but I knew that I was going to struggle because yesterday, or during the weekend, I had some problems. I was not doing a lot of laps, and obviously after a few laps, my bike was not working as I expect, and I had to just let them go.
Okay, thanks very much, Greg.
Thank you.
Well, a postscript to that race. Carl Harris is up and about and okay after that dreadful-looking crash. He's dazed and bruised, not surprisingly so, and won't be taking part in race 2. Well, Janie's been down to the HM Plant Honda garage to see how he is.
Well, obviously that was a pretty big crash that we've just seen Carl Harris have. Carl, it's good to see you in one piece, but you look a little foggy.
Yeah, that's right. I took a big hit there, so I'm probably not going to do that at 2nd race. And just get some rest and see how go for Knockhill, I think.
Can you tell us what happened in the front end tuck, but do you know why?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we made some changes and it was for the best, to be fair, and I don't know if I went in a bit too hot or what, I don't know, and just lost the front, and I thought, oh no, this is the worst place I could possibly crash, and next thing I'm trying to get up and I just couldn't get myself up off the floor, and thought, because I'd obviously knocked myself out, but hopefully I'll be right for Knockhill and get out there and do it again.
Okay, thanks very much, Carl. Good to see you in one piece, mate.
Yeah, thank you.